desperate to get a win after that defeat against Salford last week in the league. Today, as far as we're concerned, we're on the other side of the field, so we're going to get a different perspective on the game. In the Wigan side today then comes Joe Lydon, back after a hamstring injury. He replaces the suspended Dean Bell. Sean Edwards back also after injury at number 6, and Nicky Kiss comes in at hooker for the injured Martin Dermott. On the Halifax side, Colin Whitfield, the ex-Wigan players at full-back. Then two Aussie centres, Robert Grogan and Tony Anderson. And Peter Coyne also from Queensland at number 6. Dan Staines is another Aussie, he's at number 10. And there we can see the young mascot for today, young Kirk Turner, 7 years of age, running off the field with the ball, having done the duties, tossed the coin. And he's spoken to the two captains. So it'll be Ellery Hanley on behalf of Wigan, captaining the side today. We give the ball to Joe Lydon to start this second round game, John Player's special trophy match. And of course, the memorable Wembley victory still in everybody's hearts and minds here at Wigan. That fabulous success at the end of last season, when Wigan produced a brand of rugby second to none. Lydon kicks off, the game's in motion. And straight away, the big number 5, Rob Hutchinson, loses that ball, and Wigan in with the chances, goes to Tony Arrow on this right wing. And Arrow just manages to stay in touch there, but great play from Wigan. Regain possession there, the Wigan chant goes up, 5 yards short of the Halifax line. Offside, says Mr. Allett. Gregory might take the quick tap. That could be a sin bin offence, I think, for Pendlebury. A delayed tactic. Allett having a strong word. Now a chance for Wigan to take the lead with this fairly simple conversion of the penalty. Arrow kicks it. That's high, that's over. 2-0 to Wigan. John Pendlebury used to be the groundsman here. Kicks off deep. Hampson takes securely as ever. And Tony Arrow drive, but he's lost possession. So almost a repeat of what happened to Halifax. Now Halifax putting the pressure on Wigan. 10 yards out. There's Pendlebury laying that ball off. Second 04, Paul Dixon drives in, the international forward. Good defence from Wigan there. And this time it's Hanley who's offside. So almost an identical performance here. As first of all, Dixon was offside for Halifax. And now Hanley offside for Wigan. And Colin Whitfield, another former Wigan player, lines up the kick. And the Wiganers chant Colin Whitfield, it is, who've been successful for Halifax this season. He tees that one up, that's 2-2. Whitfield equalises the scores. From off David Holmes, former rugby union player, of course, playing at 7 for Halifax. And there the distinctive cap of Dan Staines, that headgear which has become quite popular these days. Pendlebury changing direction and trying to offload, but meeting stern resistance there from one of his former colleagues, Nicky Kiss. A lot of pressure from Ellery Hanley there, but Peter Coyne managed to get that ball downfield, and Preston very quickly back. And Calais makes the tackle. Edwards gets back. Wigan are regrouping. And the pressure that these kicks, of course, put on the side is that everybody has to get back there, and it takes some time to reorganise. And Wigan in that position now. Shelford gets his first touch of the ball. Good defence from Staines there. Gregory trying to find the gap and loses the ball. Dixon picked that ball up well, and that's good play from Holmes. But good cover from Hanley and Edwards. Offside, says Mr. Allett. That's another penalty at Halifax. Two people have to play the ball. So a chance for Whitfield possibly to kick the goal. And it looks as if he's going to attempt the goal. There is Colin Whitfield on the 25-yard line. Certainly Whitfield has never had any problems with distance. One of his failings has always been his consistency with his kicking. On his day, as good a kick as anybody in the game. For Wiganers, of course, we hope that today is not one of those days. Whitfield lined it up, and certainly got the height and the distance, but just faded past that right-hand post. So the score remains at 2-2. Halifax reassembling there after that deep kick. Nick Taylor, the former Oldham winner, he loses the ball as well, so succession of lost ball by wingers here we have so far. Three of the wingers who've had possession have lost the ball. And that is again a bit of bad judgment there from Halifax, well picked up by Kevin Iro. And the overlap on that side, as Edwards has to double back his side because of the fast movement of the ball. There certainly was an overlap on that far side. And still is if Wigan can get it out there quickly, but Halifax moving up fast. And a slight misunderstanding there between Case and Gregory as Halifax again regain possession, so both sides taking some time to settle down as Shelford puts in the big one there. Whitfield, who's got pace, trying to get away. Touch just comes on from the far side. An incident in the tackle, it would seem. Holding of jerseys, says Mr. Allett. That was confirmed by the touch judge. Andy Platt involved in the situation. Often 50-50 in those cases, both the tackler and the person being tackled hanging on to one another. It is a penalty to Halifax, and Whitfield has put the ball downfield onto the Wigan 25. And Taylor this time keeps possession for Halifax. And the big men taking it in. Potter meets strong tackling from the second row forward. Now they move wide out as number 8 Richard Fairbanks takes it, one of the famous family of Fairbanks. And Halifax getting desperately close as they set their move on. Pendlebury goes his own, switches the ball inside, but good cover on the inside from Hanley and Potter. Now McCann set the move up. And that's going to be a try. No, what a superb effort from Potter there. A great try-saving tackle. That's a kick through. That's gone down. Edwards is on the ball. And Wigan have regained possession. Great play from the international halfback. Offside, says the referee. Pendlebury obviously rushing to get round, but far too quickly for the likings of Mr. Allett, so that's going to be a penalty to Wigan under their own post. Line it is, and finds touch just outside the Wigan 25. Lydon with a planned move puts that ball downfield. It's obviously something that we're going to work on during the week. Will Whitfield bang it back? Or in fact Whitfield runs and takes the tackle, but Halifax in disarray, and they play now outside the Halifax 25. So Wigan not wanting to take any chances and making sure that as much of the game is down in Halifax. In Halifax's half. Now Hampson straightens up and goes through, but just ankle tap there from Peter Coyne. Now Tony Arrow takes it away. And the kick from Edwards, that's finely just kick, and Preston's got pace. If Preston gets to that ball, just goes into touch on that far side. The plan move, Edwards communicating with Preston on that left-hand side. Preston, who certainly has some spring heels, wants to establish himself in this Wigan First Division side. Almost getting to that ball just before he went into touch. First scrimmage of the game. Seamus McCallion, the Halifax hooker, quite an experienced player. Edwards meeting Peter Coyne there fairly and squarely. Hanley taking over. Taylor drifts across field, but still nowhere to go. Potter and Platt again in the tackle. Good play from Halifax here. They got an overlap on this side. They certainly stretched Wigan there. Good defence from Arrow, but they managed to keep the ball alive of Halifax. Halifax certainly had the numbers on this side then. As Dan Staines taking up again. Hard-working Australian prop forward. Good tackler. Hard, heavy work rate. That bit of play has taken Halifax almost to the halfway line on the last tackle. The kick downfield. Hampson goes back. That may well go dead. And it just goes over that back line. The fast throw from Hampson. The quick tap from Edwards. Tony Arrow drifts across field. Good play here. There's Lydon. Inside of Preston. Good play from the Wigan three-quarters. Preston still. And Preston's down there. That looks like an injury. The referee walks across. Touch judge has his flag up, but it could well be an injury to Mark Preston there. Good interplay between the three-quarters. Tony Arrow taking that ball off Sean Edwards. But the ball and the player Mark Preston finishing in touch. As Keith Mills retreats him. Halifax win the ball once more. This could be a planned move and a dummy there, but nowhere to go for Grogan. With the Wigan defence equal to the Halifax move. Preston happily back on that left wing, and the resorts back to loose forward. And that is a fine kick from Peter Coyne, the Halifax number 6. Finding touch inside the Wigan 25. The first chance that Andy Gregory will have of feeding the scrimmage. Ball goes in, Kiss strikes well. Offside, says Mr. Allard, in the scrimmage. Moore still in the scrum, and the back three are broken out there, so that's a penalty. While Gregory and Edwards organise the planned move, it's Lydon to put that ball into touch. This Halifax side certainly tightened up their defence this season with the inclusion of people like Staines. And the Wigan forwards will have their job on to break through this defensive line. Referee consults his touch judge. And certainly from this side it looks as if that ball was kicked out of Sherpa's hands. The game won by Holmes with that good distribution as Whitfield comes off, but Hampson in on Colin Whitfield. A great tackle from Joe Lydon as well. So the game warming up now, both sides settling into their routine. Pressure put on by both defences. There's the overlap on this side, but bad distribution. And Hutchinson, former Hull amateur rugby league player, meets the ferocity of the tackle of Tony Ira. Tony Anderson, the brother of Chris Anderson, former coach at Halifax. Coyne regathers the kick. Back to one, said the referee. Inconsistency in some referees this season, I think, on that one. It certainly didn't look like a deliberate charge down, but if it is back to one. Halifax regain possession. Wigan will have to defend. Neil James trying to offload, but without success, as Ian Potter. Good defensive second row player. Now Pendlebury in the action with the kick. Knows most of the ground here at Central Park. But Hampson seemed to put his foot over that back line, which was spotted by the test judge. And so that will be a dropout under the post. Hampson pleading insanity or something, but certainly the test judge, as far as he was concerned, said Hampson put his foot over that line. Now, did that go forward? No, says Mr. Allen. Taylor picks it up, having fumbled. He can't get through the tackle of Ellery Hanley and Mark Preston. Nicky Kiss, famous for his steals, of course, in the tackle. Almost coming out with that ball. Edwards moving in to cut them out. A great tackle, but Pendlebury allowed to offload. And still, Halifax keep the ball alive. Great ball from Holmes on this side. Anderson's got pace. On to Hutchinson. Good cover from Wigan, though. But that's gone inside. That's going to be a try. Although that first line of cover was good, there was a gap on the inside, and when that ball was flung inside by Hutchinson, it was an easy chance for Tony Anderson to go over that line. The ball coming out on this side. Pendlebury got rid of the ball on the tackle. Eventually Holmes in the action, moving that ball wide. A run down this left-hand side between Grogan and Anderson, and then Rob Hutchinson being tackled with the cover, flinging that ball inside. And a simple task for Tony Anderson as the gap in the cover appeared. Whitfield lining this cup here. This is the right side for him. That's over. Halifax in the lead by 8 points to 2. Now Halifax trying the tactics as Whitfield puts the ball down Hampson's throat, though. Hampson takes it well, but Halifax up with the play. Gregory trying to work the magic close to the scrum, but the Halifax defence far too strong. Gregory again stepping back inside, but manages to offload this time to Platt. Platt takes it on the burst. The first real chance for Andy Platt to show his paces as Edwards steps in there. It's a good ball out to Preston. Preston kicks over the top. That's a super ball out. That's a penalty to Wigan. The referee, if we come back, can see pointing towards Wigan. A penalty for offside or some reason or other. And certainly Edwards had created a superb opportunity there for Preston. Preston showing great skill down that left wing, kicking the ball over the top and gathering. But the whistle has gone, it doesn't count. So this kick fully 32, 33 yards out. Iro lines it up, kicks it, it looks good, it's gone to the left of the post. So no success for Kevin there. And Wigan still losing by 8 points to 2 after 20 minutes play. certainly the Halifax defence on most occasions has been very successful. Preston exposing it on that left-hand side with Edwards. Hanley, seen little of him so far this game. Getting into the act now. Plays the ball to himself and drives away and makes another good 5 yards. Now the long ball from Gregory finds Lydon, but quickly countered by Halifax. Shelford losing the ball in possession there. Went forward, regaining it, but went forward, says referee Allett. The authority that Wigan showed over Halifax in that cup final at Wembley. Not evident so far. Certainly Halifax very determined to win this game. Well, one ball here on this side. Whitfield overlapping on that side. He's got pace. Finds Hutchison. Good cover. This time the ball doesn't go back inside. And Halifax still in possession. And Holmes, with nobody to go with him, takes the ball on his own. Both sides, of course, defensively very strong, and there's certainly been hardly a break made close to the ruck. But Halifax having the advantage of that one try from beautifully worked move on this left wing. Arrow gets back, but that's a good pick from Pendlebury. Fine kick from the former Wigan Salford loose forward, pushing Halifax down the field, putting the pressure back on this Wigan side. Halifax prepared for this game by staying overnight close to the Wigan ground near Chorley. That certainly was a drive from Halifax, and Holmes picks the ball up at the back of the scrum. The Wigan pack driven backwards there. Hutchins are coming into line from that left wing. Gregory bringing the big wingman down. Nearly reaching there, Paul Dixon. Kiss hanging on. Pendlebury sells the dummy, works back inside. He's going to go for the line. He's going to score. Drifting past Nicky Kiss's tackle there. Pendlebury dummy and the pivot. A lack of cover on the inside. Pendlebury's gone over for Halifax's second try. So Whitfield, who's missed one kick out of 4 so far, kicks that one over as well. So Halifax take a 14 points to 2 lead here. On we go. Lydon kicks off. Wigan with a bit of a mountain to climb. Quite capable of doing it, but Halifax very determined side today. Well, the Halifax big men taking over, using the drive, but Pendlebury getting in there and kicking downfield and finding Hampson on the Wigan 25. And Hampson has to come across field. And Kiss drives away from acting halfback and makes some more yardage. So we've got 20 yards game, but the ball's been lost. Ripped out of his hands there by Paul Dixon. And Lydon getting round quickly, and the ball goes forward. That went forward, says Mr. Allett. That's going to be a scrum. Lydon putting pressure on the acting halfback there. Gregory gets a chance to feed the scrummage again. The last scrimmage, Wigan really pushed off the ball. This time they win possession, but referee not happy about it. So we have to reform on the 10. Kiss unable to get in. And well won this time. Gregory tries to sidestep inside and does so, but no real penetration and gets rid of the ball. That's a penalty for offside. Gregory takes the quick tap, runs in the opposition, tries to find a gap, and does, and gets a great ball to Kevin Iro. Can he find his brother? He's trying to stay in the tackle, but good cover from Halifax, but good play from Wigan. Hanley swings it wide, Edwards is there, misses out Shelford, and Lydon's in pace, and Hampton's in the line. Offloads to Lydon, good Wigan play, beautiful side step from Lydon. Good to see the centre back in play, showing that sparkle and that flair that makes him such a great player. Kisser acting halfback, Wigan on attack. Iro tries to go around Pendlebury and still managed to stay on his feet. The pressure building on Halifax. Wigan need the try. Gregory working the move. Gets a good ball to Shelford. There's an overlap on this side. Hadley's there. There's Hampson. Hampson's going to score. No! He drops that ball. A desperate cover from Halifax. With the line open. And Hampson, all he had to do, it seems, to hang on to go over to score. He loses the ball in a desperate cover tackle from Halifax, and the chance is gone. As substitute Andrew Simpson comes on there, Whitfield, in fact, is going off the field. Fortunately, not using a stretcher. Whitfield has kicked the goals, which has put Halifax into this 14-2 lead. The two tries coming. And Whitfield kicking the goals. The Fiala waves the stopwatch is on. Staines takes the tap. And Wigan ruining that chance of scoring just a moment ago. They'll have to fight once more to get over that Halifax line. Andrew Simpson quickly into the act there. Good to see what Halifax have done in the reorganisation as yet. But there's one person, ex-Oldham winger Mick Taylor, making some progress forward. Meeting another Oldham lad, Nicky Kiss, in the tackle there. Pendlebury moves it wide. It's the acceleration and looking to offload from Aussie number 6, Peter Coyne, on the last tackle. Pendlebury taking over the kicking duties. Kicks deep. Hampson collects well. But Halifax well organised in that defensive line. Platt takes it up on his own. Gregory looking for play there on Preston on that left wing, but the cover too good for him. Shelford drives aggressively. Gregory sells the dummy, looks for space and finds Edwards. Edwards in with a chance, side step to fullback, offloads to Preston. Preston will score! What a marvellous try for Wigan. Marvellous try from Mark Preston. Gregory was who saw that outrageous dummy. Edwards it was in support. Beautiful side step from the Great Britain number 6. And there, linking outside on the left wing, was Mark Preston, and Mark Preston's pace took him over to bring Wigan back into this game. So Kevin Iro with quite a difficult kick on that left-hand touchline. This would put great heart into the Wigan side if he could go over. He certainly kicked it high enough. It looks good. It's over. A fine kick from the New Zealand centre. Reduces the lead now to Halifax 14, Wigan 8. And a glimpse of the ability of this Wigan side then as Gregory and Edwards ripped the Halifax defence apart. Kevin still steady as feet. He's such a strong boy, is this New Zealand centre. What a great run. But losing the ball, went forward, says Mr. Allett. So it's going to be a Wigan feed, thankfully. Great praise for the run, but losing possession, a sin. Unfortunately, it was Halifax who knocked on. That's a better scrimmage from Wigan. Gregory wins. Finds Edwards. Edwards sidesteps his side, but good defence from Peter Coyne. And Hanley tries to drive away and does so on his own, but good cover from Halifax. Black running 2 out on this right-hand side. Not been put into many running opportunities this game so far. Gregory looking for Shelford. Finds Shelford in the gap. All the big fans going. Little side step and a swerve. Now there's Cheswick on the far side. Edwards kicks. That's planned. Substitute. Simpson gets across there. Taylor dives on the ball. Preston's up and makes the tackle. And Preston across again. Now Wigan putting Halifax down on their own line. The crowd urging them on here. 10 yards short of that Halifax line. Up Wigan go. The ball's lost. It bounced on. Wigan regain possession. The pressure is telling on this Halifax side. Gregory shouting for that ball. Long ball to Edwards. Edwards sees the gap. Ooh, just brought down there by Richard Grant Staines, the number 10. Not allowing him to play the ball. That's a penalty. A chance to pull back another 2 points. Ellery Hanley speaks to Kevin Iro and says, get the 2 points back. Let's have this one over, Kevin. Kevin Iro, who's kicked 2 goals already, kicks this one, does he? Yes, he does. A wonderful kick. So Kevin seems to have got the scoring touch again. That's Wigan 10, Halifax 14, and we've got 4 minutes to half-time. Penbury kicks off for Halifax. Gregory picks it up and feeds the hero from the last kick, Kevin Iro. Gist goes on his own and makes the valuable 10 yards. Shelford drives up. There seems to be a bit more determination in this Wigan side now. They've got over their early jitters. They've sorted out this Halifax side. And they're playing more organised rugby now as Lyne puts that ball over. Great take from Hutchison now, but Hanley up quickly with Tony Iro. A mammoth kick there from Joe Lyne. Substitute Andrew Simpson there, drives the ball away. He's on for the injured Colin Whitfield. Now Penderby in the action, trying to offload and does so to Richard Fairbank, but no go there as Wigan makes some good defence. The whole of the front row hitting Dick Fairbank. Grogan trying to find a gap. Good tackle from Potter. Now Coyne stretching Hampson there as he pushes that ball across the field. Hampson picks it well. He's got Preston outside him. It's Wigan to reorganise now. There's Hanley in space. Almost gets round. Paul Dixon, one of his Great Britain teammates, almost get past him then. Narrow works these, run around and breaks through the tackle. The advantage of these two New Zealand boys, winning the tackle, they keep their leg moving. There's the overlap, Wigan turning the magic on, Edwards in space. Offloads to Platt, Platt trying to look for support, good Wigan play, last tackle. Lydon punches it downfield, that's going for that corner, it's not going to go dead though. Taylor goes back into his own goal area. and runs away from Edwards. Edwards gets back quickly to cover. Just before half-time, and Halifax will want to keep that lead if they can, as Grogan tries to go around Potter, puts the ball inside to Anderson, and he's got pace. He gets away from Kevin Arrow, but Hanley too good for him. Wigan moving up quickly on that side there, and Pendlebury having to take the ball on his own, cutting out the options. No way forward for him there. So Kiss again driving forward, and Wigan just coming into injury time now. Got the pressure on this Halifax side. Can they put it into points? Sampson takes that ball, offloads inside to Lydon. Halifax getting back, and Lydon in space finds Platt. This is good play from Wigan when the ball goes down. And picked up by Hampson eventually. Hampson dummies and goes to the floor on the last tackle. That looked like an injury, I think, to Hampson. He's getting up slowly. Gregory finds Platt back inside to Edwards. Edwards pushes the ball back there, but it goes down. And Halifax regain possession. But sad news possibly just out of picture on the left-hand side. Is Hampson being treated there for injury. We can see there Keith Mills on the field there. Could well be damage to the ankle or lower part of the leg. It's Halifax in possession. They've moved this ball wide on this left-hand side on a few occasions, inside their own 25. Hampson happily recovers and jogs slowly back to his position. We're into the second minute of injury time now in this first half. 14-10 the score as Coyne pushes the ball downfield under pressure. Lydon, who'd covered back there for the injured Hampson, runs the ball out, tries to get round here, and does so. Now he's in gear, and certainly we hope that that hamstring injury of Lydon is right, because there's no finer sight than Lydon in full pace. Penalty to Wigan. Shelford on the floor. Pete Mills having a busy job this afternoon. That's in touch. Been quite a lot of injury time in this game, and Wigan will want to try and get that vital try just before half-time. Platt works the move, and Gregory finds the gap. And dummies and finds Hanley. And Hanley's in touch on that far side. There goes the half-time hooter. An exciting first half for Wigan, down by 4 points, with Halifax leading 14 points to 10. Wigan, of course, got many very faithful fans. With me here at half-time is Mrs. Ashton from Abram. Mrs. Ashton, I believe you're a lifelong supporter of Wigan.
Oh yes, yeah, a long time. When Joe Egan and Tommy Bradshaw, Cecil Mountford, all them, we used to go and watch them before I was married. Then we had a break where I had the children, then we started coming back. I came back with my youngest daughter. She started watching them and she said, "Why don't you come, Mum?" So I started going again. My friend and I, we never miss away and at home. We've sat here when they're in second division. We've always supported them.
So you've seen the bad times as well as the good times?
Yeah, Jimmy Butts and all the rest of them here. We've watched them.
And have you been down to Wembley?
Yes, quite a few times. Yeah.
Well, the crowd are coming out. I believe you've got one regret, haven't you?
Yeah. The only regret I have is I only ever saw Billy Boston play once. I wish I'd have seen more of him. It was just a bad time for me. Children.
Are Wigan going to win this game today?
Certainly, yeah, we are.
And Halifax putting the pressure on. Now there's Hanley. And Hanley's made a break. And Hanley's in space. He finds Arrow. Arrow comes inside. So 4 tackles to get 10 yards, and then one superb Hanley run makes 50 as Wigan have an overlap on this side and Shelford doesn't know what to do with it. He finds Case and there's Edwards. Last tackle. It's a handover, but almost from nothing. Wigan nearly scored. Shelford could have offloaded that ball earlier. There was a chance on this side, and then Edwards just failing to get rid of that ball to Hanley. Switch of play by Pendlebury, bringing the forwards onto the far side of the ruck. There's Neil James. Now Coyne getting on the act, but Iroh's back there, covering that kick well. And offloading to Gregory. That's gone backwards though. So Gregory recovers. The crowd getting behind this Wigan side now as Edwards and Hanley offload, using the ball. Hanley has to go back inside, eventually offloads to Potter. But the play stopped and still nowhere to go for Wigan as Halifax cover all the holes. Kevin Iroh in space, steps back inside, he's got room, he's still in there, he finds Hanley but he's gone forward. The players appealing that he was touched by a Halifax player. It certainly seemed to go backwards initially and then divert forward, but referee Allett, the best man in position there, gives the scrum down and David Holmes will feed the ball. Well, that certainly didn't look straight, but in fact it's a free kick against Wigan. Although Holmes appeared to put that in the second row. It's a penalty against Nicky Kiss. Much to the dislike of the Wigan crowd, as you can perhaps hear. So perhaps Mr. Allett not the best of friends here for this Wigan crowd. Hutchinson again drives towards the Wigan line. Now we're back where we were a few moments ago with Halifax pressing and Wigan defending. As Holmes tries to go on his own, but Potter will have none of it and rips the little scrum half around like a rag doll. Pendlebury working the switch inside to Staines. Good cover from Wigan once again. Anderson, quick sprint, ex-Queensland sprinter, showing pace when he scored that first try, but no room to go there. Pendlebury offloading, the ball goes down, and Case gets on it. Good opportunism from the prop. And Kiss takes it off Shelford. Good interplay between the front row forwards there. Hanley, who's already made two telling breaks this half, getting more into the action as the game goes on. And he's the person who, of course, can split any defence. Shelford standing up in the tackle, but unable to offload this time. A chance for Wigan to build up as we go back to the kick from Lydon, and Lydon puts that over Simpson's head. That is a fine kick. It bounces on its end though and stands up for Simpson. Oh, a bad play the ball from Halifax, but they got away with it. Now Wigan's turn to put pressure on as Taylor has to take the ball, and he's going nowhere as he runs into Ellery Hanley and Sean Edwards, with Joe Lydon adding his weight. There, another loose ball from Pendlebury, but picked up by Holmes. A chance missed there for Wigan to seize on that mistake by Halifax. Good, quickly up is Gregory. Gregory in, and Gregory wins the ball. Fierce defence from Wigan. Gregory up very quickly. Now Platt taking it up. Pressure now from Wigan. Can they score? They need those points. Edwards almost hitting the gap there. Not quite getting past James's tackle. The Case driving forward and strongly. On the third tackle. Wigan building up the pressure. The wide out ball is on. Gregory finds the gap. Just ankle tap, but stays up and stays on his feet and puts Hampson away. That's seen to go forward by Anderson. Has the referee signal? Doesn't look like it, but certainly that was played by Halifax. As Potter gets in the action and offloads to Kiss. Beautiful ball, but just goes to ground. Lydon recovers and sidestep past home and gives to Preston. On the last tackle, says Mr. Allard. Edwards puts the high ball up. That's a testing kick. Hampson's there. There's the ball on the floor. It's gone forward, says the referee. That is going to be a scrum, although it looked as if Kevin might have scored. The referee had already blown his whistle for the scrum. As it's the last tackle, of course it's a handover. Halifax subjected to a great deal of pressure then from Wigan. And Wigan need to maintain their defensive alignment, maintain this pressure. And then of course when they've got the ball, try and pierce this Halifax defence. Almost did down as Hampson went up for that ball, but unfortunately trying to knock it back, he went forward. And certainly the tackling has not eased off at all, as Hanley shows there with an aggressive tackle on Dixon. Coyne comes in. Hampson picks up on the run. Great take from the fullback. Irish straightens and stays on his feet and offloads. That's too high. The tackle, said referee Allard, so it's a penalty. Tony Arrow looks none the worse for the wear, but it's Lydon who's going to pump this ball into touch. And he finds touch just outside the Halifax 25 once more. Pressure building up, Shelford driving forward. Good tackle from Fairbank on that occasion though. Another drive from Case. And again, good tackling from his opposite front row man, Staines. Now the complicated movement, Gregory spots the gap. Almost through. Just got hold of his ankles. Now Hanley moving. Potter in the action, there's Lydon, this could be a try. Lydon's going to score. Lydon has scored in the corner. That has brought the scores level at 14-all. While they were calling out for the kick on this side, the ball was swung out to Lydon. It was a 2-to-1 situation. Taylor, the winger, stayed with Preston, and Lydon had the pace to get past his man and score in that left-hand corner to bring the scores level at 14-all. As we saw earlier in the first half, he's certainly capable of kicking the distance. Is the accuracy there though? Arrow lines it up. That's a marvellous kick. Just shaves that left hand upright. Well, it couldn't be any closer. 16 minutes gone in the second half. And the score's locked at 14-all. Pendlebury kicks off for Halifax. Preston gathers. Tries to get round Anderson, but fails to do so. That looked a high tackle by Coyne, but Wigan still in possession. Platt drives away. This marvellous crowd here at Central Park today, wishing their team on as Hampson gets in the line, gets the ball out to Tony Arrow, finds his brother Kevin inside, Hanley's there. We've got to come back about 50 yards though to see referee Allett indicating that the pass had gone forward. So obviously the crowd displeased with some of referee Mr. Allett's decisions. The scrum it will be. Halifax will feed in the form of David Holmes. And the pressure gone off them slightly. Holmes feeds. That's gone into the second row. The crowd applaud Mr. Allett's decision. Almost the biggest cheer of the afternoon there as the referee awards a free kick for feeding of the scrum by David Holmes. Lydon finds a safe touch. Platt takes it on. Aggressive running from the second row forward. On comes Case. 2 drives we've had. Referee Allett kicks the Halifax players back. Now the move on. The Shelford drives in. Second man out. 3 strong aggressive drives from Wigan. Now the move. Gregory switches on that side and puts a chip through. That's a tackle off the ball by the looks of it. The touch judge is on the field. It's Andy Platt who's down, and certainly Dan Staines, the number 10, was involved in an incident off the ball there, as that ball was kicked ahead. It was Staines who took Platt out of the game. And Staines it is who comes across. Referee Allett having a word with him. Well, although Platt looks none the worse for the wear, it certainly was an off-the-ball incident. He's spoken to him. He's going to award the penalty to Wigan. He has done on that 25-yard line. Halifax is 25. A chance for Wigan then to build up pressure once again. The set move on. Lydon finds touch. That will bring the ball infield 10 yards. Chance to expose the short side. Gregory onto Shelford. 2 man out. Shelford running at pace. Gregory again. The halfbacks working the magic. Hillary on the switch. Good cover from Halifax. ...15 yards out. Gregory spots the gap. Gregory brings Arrow inside. Oh, 2 yards short. Pressure intense here for Halifax. Shelford finds the ball, sends a long ball. Hanley's got the ball in space. Hanley looking for that. Hanley's going. Hanley's tackled short. Overlap on this side. Halifax defence at full stretch. Edwards dummies inside to Potter. Potter meets the brick wall of Halifax on the last tackle. Gregory tries to drop goal. That's charged down though, and won by Staines. Referee Allett said it's not a knock on, it was a charge down kick. So we play on. Relief for Halifax, but that pressure didn't quite count for Wigan. Because Hanley went ever so close. Iro even closer almost on that right hand side. As Platt and Dixon meet together, but not a successful tackle, and Dixon gets out of it. But that was a good one from Potter, but still offloaded. Halifax keep the ball alive. And offloading well, and staying on their feet. Putting this Wigan defence into some sort of disarray, as Hanley eventually brings the Halifax player to earth with the ball. Overlap on that side. James in the gap, he's got pace. Hampson makes the tackle, and Gregory comes up. That's a penalty for a high tackle, says referee Allett. That seemed a very harsh decision indeed, as James was certainly very low to the ground when Hampson tackled him. So Peter Coyne it will be to take over as kicker, and he of course demonstrating the Australian method. He's teed that ball up high on a mound of sand. Peter Coyne, right-footed, kicks it straight. As Lydon prepares to kick off the ball, we have a substitution on the Wigan side. Dennis Betts comes on, and Brian Case goes off the field. Dixon takes that ball but runs straight into and offloads to Holmes. So Wigan certainly not killing that ball with the first tackle over the last few occasions, and that's how Halifax built pressure upon the Wigan line. Dennis Betts involved for the first time. Grogan tries to go past, links with Anderson, but no room there. Lydon and Gregory ring off the tackle. Last tackle here for Halifax. Pressure on the kicker, it's Pendlebury. And that finds Arrow. And Arrow spots the gap and runs for it. And makes it almost to the halfway line. So with quarter of an hour left for play now, Wigan need to keep their cool, keep their composure. They're 2 points down. And good Halifax defence like that has stopped them on many occasions. The run around there between the halfbacks, thrown back by Gregory, but Edwards retrieves the situation, dummies himself, but no gap there. Back to one, says referee Allard. Tony breaks across the field. In fact, it's Kevin Arrow coming in from that right centre spot. As Pat hits the gap again. Certainly Halifax have defended well in this game, particularly close to the ruck. As Wigan have the opportunity to move it wide, dummy to Shelford. There's Edwards in the gap, but good defence. It's gone backwards, and Betts is in play. Betts is in space. Last tackle. Gregory's there. The high kick, putting pressure on Taylor on this left-hand side. Preston and Gregory. That's a penalty to Wigan. Petulant behaviour perhaps by Mick Taylor. Results in a penalty to Wigan. Now the decision, does Hanley go for goal? It looks like it. Yes, in fact, we've had a change of kicker. This will certainly level the scores, but it's going to be Joe Lydon this time to attempt the goal kick. Well, there's Joe Lydon, right-footed, kicks that ball. That's certainly got the height, he's got the distance, he's got the point. Marvellous kick from Joe Lydon. What a comeback for Joe Lydon. Pendlebury kicks off again. Hampson collects with the foot and finds Tony Arrow. And this game really building up. 12 minutes left for play here, 16 all. Everything to play for. Platt breaks the line again. 3 or 4 really clear breaks from Andy Platt today. Shelford hitting it up. Not had a great deal of success in breaking this very strong Halifax defence as Shelford today. There's Edwards looking for the gap, has to come back inside. There's an overlap on this side. Can Potter offload? Not this time. Now Hanley's in the action. And offload, Hanley in the gap. Great play from the Great Britain captain. As the game goes on, Hanley's strength and power. There's Preston on this left wing. Supporting side from Andy Blatt. But the ball perhaps given a shade too early. The ball goes forward. And that's going to be a scrum. Great ball out on this left wing to Mark Preston. And Preston showing pace. Trying to put Pat into the gap. But the ball fumbles and goes forward. And we'll have a scrum just 15 yards from the Halifax line. And that is a penalty awarded for some reason, apparently, by Mr. Allett. Not so sure what it was. It's a handover, in fact, because it was the last tackle. He'd formed the scrum, and of course somebody must have pointed out to him that it was the last tackle. And of course it's a handover. Oh, Simpson in space. What a fine break from the substitute. Fully 40 yards there went Simpson, and only a good tackle from Patterson, which stopped him from scoring. So Halifax, all of a sudden, from one thing to another, the ball goes on the floor, but it goes backwards. Back to one, says the referee, although I didn't see a Wigan player touch it. So Halifax from absolute, utter, sheer defence to all-out attack. And there's the overlap on that left-hand side. And the ball got away to Hutchinson. And Hutchinson's got pace and strength. Hampson comes across though. So Wigan all at sea at the moment. Halifax have the men, they've got the overlap. There's Coyne, offload to Fairbank. Again Hampson in the thick of things, covering. A fine tackle on the right, and now a fine tackle on the left. Inside ball there, but Betts into the tackle. Offloaded to Coyne. Wigan defence is there. Hutchinson steps back inside, but Wigan cover. Wigan need to hang on. 9 minutes left to play. Scores level. There's the drop goal attempt. Pendlebury right-footed. Just wide. Just wide of that right-hand upright. As the tension mounts here. Wigan retain possession. Shelford drives it out. Both sides put a great deal of effort into this game. It's going to be a survival of the fittest. Gregory looking for runners, looking for gaps. Finds one. Finds space. The little scrum half is going. Offloads inside. This could be a try for Preston if he can get to the ball. Preston kicks it ahead. Oh, it goes into touch. Fine break from Andy Gregory. Wonderful play. The ball shifted across the side. Preston managed to get to the ball, but it just bounced off his foot into touch. Tremendous excitement here. 15 yards short of the Halifax line. That looks as if it could be a free kick. We certainly saw Nicky kiss his foot stretching out there. Referee having a word with him, but no penalty. Certainly Holmes seemed to be delaying the feed then. Now he's put in. McCallion strikes for the ball. And Halifax win it, and now winning to move that ball as Simpson comes in. Hampson again. Back to his best in defence, certainly. Wonderful tackle on Simpson. And the Wigan crowd getting behind the side now. The atmosphere electric here. The pressure's on Halifax. Wigan in. Kisson Lydon in the tackle. The chant goes up. Coyne moving that ball wide, but Dixon makes the half gap. to Coyne. Coyne right-footed downfield. Hampson comes across. Preston with him. But this time Hampson slips. Now Preston drives away. Can't get past. Good Halifax defence. Kiss moves that ball. Shelford, well tackled by McCallion. There's an overlap on this side. Lydon in space. Preston with the ball. Preston in space. He's got Hanley with him. And he does it. Preston will score. Preston is going to score a marvellous try for Wigan. A wonderful try for Mark Preston. The ball came out on this left-hand side to Lydon. Lydon passed the ball on to Preston. Preston used Hanley as the foil with an outrageous dummy. And the pace of this former far rugby winger was there in evidence as he scorched over in the corner to put Wigan into the lead at 20 points to 16. Benderby restarts for Halifax. Potter takes superbly on the half volley. Now what have Halifax got left? Can Wigan hang on? Platt drives away from acting halfback. Certainly Wigan will want to keep possession and surely pump that ball into the Halifax 25, and there's Shelford driving in. Hanley takes that ball on his own. Oh, what a fine break from Ellery Hanley. Three tackles gone. Wigan still moving it wide. The switch with Potter inside, but well bottled up. Now the kick from Lydon. Lydon pushes it downfield, pushes it towards that corner. That's bouncing in. That's the tactic. 3 minutes left for play. Wigan keep possession and then push Halifax backwards into their own 25. The Wigan chant goes up. Holmes is going to feed the scrummage. Halifax have won. That ball dangerously over the top to Grogan. But Grogan can't get past Kevin Arrow and Sean Edwards. Halifax need to be adventurous. They need to keep the ball alive. But with defence like that, no, that's a penalty, said Mr. Allen. Joe Lydon not allowing Mick Taylor to play that ball. Peter Coyne pushes the ball up. But still only 10 yards outside the Halifax 25. Wigan's energy and resource will be needed now in these last few minutes. They'll need to tackle well. The ball moved wide into space. Grogan offloading there to Dixon. Good cover though, and still offloading. Anderson in space. There's Coyne. Hanley covering. Hutchinson inside. Play getting towards the Wigan 25. As we come into the last minute of full play, Halifax want to stretch this Wigan defence, but they're Platt and Kiss equal to it. Penry going on his own, the score of a try in that first half for Halifax, but no goal this time. McCallion on the last ball. That could be Hampson's. A good bit of pressure. That's knocked forward though, over the line, and that should be. In fact, it was knocked forward by Halifax. You would have thought, in fact, as Edwards picked that up, if it bounced, then it's a drop out under the post. But if it went straight to Edwards, it should have been a tap on the 22. But in injury time here, the referee has stopped the clock. We're now in injury time, and Lydon is going to take great care with this kick. He's going to push it as far downfield as he can. He's found space. He's got the ball into Halifax half. As Wigan stream out, to keep Halifax down near their own line. Simpson gets round Iro, but Hanley covers with 10 yards inside the Wigan half. Ball being kept alive. And there is Anderson. Preston, though, gets across. The ball's gone forward. That is going to be a scrum. We've played almost 1 minute of injury time. There is a little, and the referee has stopped the clock. But if Wigan get possession from the scrum, surely they're through to the next round. Gregory Fields, Hanley goes on the ball. It's play on, and Hanley's got possession. Wigan have got possession. Hanley gets up slowly. Gregory plays the ball back in space. There goes the hooter. Wigan have won a great game of rugby here at Central Park by 20 points to 16. Halifax have been great opposition. They provided a memorable game, certainly nowhere near as one-sided as the cup final in May, but Wigan producing some sparkling tries in that second half. With me after the game, I've got one person here I'm sure the Wigan public are dying to see, and that's Henderson Gill. Henderson, that was an excellent game and a great win for Wigan.
Yeah, well, the game started off well. Halifax have been playing well, especially when they play Wigan, as you well know yourself. They always put a big showing, and like with ex-players like John Pendlebury and Colin Whitfield, you know, they really be out to set a high standard.
It was those two tries in the second half by Mark Preston and Joe Lyden which really turned things in Wigan's favour. And Mark Preston certainly had a fair game in your old left wing spot, Henderson.
Yeah, I've got to face up to it. He's looking like he's settling down, but obviously in time when I return he's going to have to get unsettled. He's playing well. He's very, very quick. He's very, very quick. I mean, the tries he scored and like what I've seen him score, I mean, he's really exceptionally quick, and like he's settling down, he's doing well. And like with any coach, if he's playing well and he's doing a business and he's keeping me out, then he's doing his job well.
About coming back, of course, you've been out for some considerable length of time now. What has actually happened? What is the injury? And can you tell us, is there any likelihood of you coming back in the near future?
Well, I'm not too sure. It could be my old age catching up on me, but no, what it is, I ruptured my lateral ligaments in my knee, and it's been a long, painful job. I was expecting an operation, which I could still have one at any time. They're not really sure, but if everything goes well for me, hopefully I'll be returning in roughly about a month's time. Until then, it's touch and go.
That's good news indeed about Henderson Gill, but one player who returned from injury today and played a major part in the game was Joe Lyden. And with me I've got Joe. Joe, tremendous game, and your contribution also quite a vital part with that try and that tremendous kick from the left-hand side of the field. It was a good game to play in.
An excellent game to play, and I'm sure it was good for the fans to watch, but particularly from a player's point of view, a hard and fast game, very enjoyable.
And for you personally, a bit of a season with a few injuries, how has the hamstring held up?
Held up very well today. I'm just glad to be back in the action. I was told to rest it for a good 3 weeks, which I did. And luckily, as I said, I'm just glad to get through the game and get on with the action now and hopefully continue playing.
Hamstring injury, of course, can reoccur, but I mean, as far as you're concerned, the whole thing's right and you're back in full training?
Well, I hope so. I played an A-team game and it went again and I was struggling. I was coming back a little bit too early. And the specialist said, as I said, rest it, which I did. And now I think that everything is 100%.
Well, that's good news indeed, Joe. And, of course, you're in now to the third round of the John Player Trophy. And do you feel, in fact, that the side is capable of going further?
I think so. I think we've come through a bit of a lean patch the last few games. Things haven't been going right. We have had injuries, and now we're unlucky enough to have a few lost through suspension. But the lads are pulling together, and we have got a squad that's quite deep with talented players. So hopefully things will come right. A little bit of luck, which you need in all cup games, and we could go all the way.
From Joe Lyden then to another player who had a tremendous impact on the game, Mark Preston, played on the left wing today. Mark, you obviously enjoyed that game today in scoring a spectacular try at the end.
Yeah, so I was over the moon with it. I could have had a try in the first half, but the ref had obviously blown up a bit before. And then Andy Gregory made a break to Sean Edwards, and he found me with the ball, so I had a run in. And the match winner, which I think is definitely the most important try I've scored so far. I took the ball inside, I think, and then I came up to the full-back and Ellery was on my inside. I was all ready to pass it, but two men took Ellery out, and the line was there, so I just managed to get there.
Well, certainly you had the crowd on their feet there, and running the 40 yards that you had to go must have seemed like a long-distance run to you.
I think the last 20 yards felt like about 80. It took about 5 minutes, it seemed to. My legs were buckling and everything.
Well, as you say, a very important try, but of course it's been difficult to break into this Wigan side. There's such a strength in depth, particularly in the three quarters.
That's right, I've had a difficult start to the season. I didn't hit form earlier on. I didn't play very well against Widnes in the Isle of Man. And then I got a regular place in the side, and then I got injured. And now I'm just coming back from injury, so hopefully I can keep in the side. But the thing is, there's so much competition for places, as you say. If you don't get in, then you've just got to stick at it and hopefully get in the week after.
Well, certainly impressive performance today, Mark, and you'd want to turn in performances like that every week, I'm sure.
I'd like to, yeah. I'd love to score every week. It would be great.
Well, that's Mark Preston, who scored in today's game a spectacular try to put Wigan through into the next round. We're not so sure what the next game is going to be here, whether it's going to be at Central Park or away, but certainly we're looking forward to that game. So until then, goodbye from us.
She was living in this country. So I made inquiries with the neighbours incredible smorgasbord of property delight.
We'll see.
Sharon, Alan, come with me to my choice today, Property One now.